5 minutes, man. Run up front, talk to Billy real quick. Okay. So you should take the can and we'll get you ready to store.
Holy crap, so I just realized I'm halfway through prepping for paint and I realized I haven't vlogged any of this, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I'm working on. So we got the new 37 by 13.5 by 17 inch Cooper STT Pros mounted today, and the Jeep is freaking massive. My look, I don't know, the video doesn't really do it justice. We had 315/70 17s on there before, and they were worn down, so we needed new tires before winter. Anyway, the bumper is rusting through the paint. So, I mean, this is what happens. The bumpers come steel and you have to paint them yourself, which is fine. And I bought the bumper used, which is why none of that's done. We just kind of cleaned it up and painted over it to get it to last until we got in the garage a couple months ago. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sand all of this down and then I'm gonna repaint it, and then hopefully make it look a lot better. We did the Smitty built fenders a couple of months ago. We painted them and they're holding up pretty well. Just a little dirty. There's a couple spots that are chipping, but this right here is next. This stupid mount came from China and it came black and it started peeling within days. I'm not even joking, like days. So we stripped it, primed it, painted it, and it's lasted about maybe 8 months or so. So after I'm done with the bumper, that's gonna be next. Then of course we need to get our hard rock hood painted. We don't want it black at all. I want everything on the Jeep white. Door handles, mirrors. I want to do the side steps, but I don't think Toni will let me. But I want this thing to just be 100% white and just kind of different. Anyway, let's get busy. Alright, so I got it all primered, just waiting for it to dry and then I'll paint. I am using this white Rust-Oleum high performance enamel. Everything I've done exterior wise, it's held up really well. So I had to get down to that bare metal, and I would have shown kind of the process, but I'm by myself and taping by myself while sanding. My hands are numb right now, and it's just, I have a super small sander. I don't have anything fancy or big, so it's just a little hand grinder thing. But yeah, so I'll get this going and I'll show you some paint. Alright, so one of the other things we have on our Jeep are these halo fog lights, and recently one of them wasn't working because the adapter wasn't inside enough for the power cable. So what I'm gonna do is actually, because I have the halos and the headlights wired up to run on the basically the ignition switch so they can be on by themselves, I'm gonna wire these to the ignition switch, which is the front run light or whatever. But anyway, so I'm gonna run that to those, so now we can run quad halos or all lights on. Alright, so here's the factory harness for the new light, which the back of the light has the other plug, and then I just had it kind of janky wired in, but I'm gonna fix all that and I'm gonna have it wired in nice. But I'm running it to this light here, so that halo and then the bumper fog light halos will run, and I'm just gonna run my own wire and be done with the factory. I think it's like 8-inch yellow wire. See, I had it all tucked up in there. Alright, so this looks like a wiring mess because I can't find any of my wiring tape. Plus I'm going to later on reroute all of this so it's inside the frame. I just need to fix some factory harnesses and stuff. But anyway, so basically what I did was, and I should have done this before I wrapped it all up, but right here I heat shrunk the new wires to the fog lights. This one runs to, like I said, I'm tapped into here. So the halos run off my running lights, and then I have, oh my gosh, I can't see, right light, left light. So this one I'm just gonna run all the way through, and it's like, sorry guys, stupid. I think it's like 8 or 10 gauge, I can't remember. Super small. I'm not super smart when it comes to wiring sizes and stuff like that. But anyway, I just wired it in, tapped into what was already there and we're already working, and then I zip tied it up out of the way. We do need to get her some fender liners. We're gonna get the same Crawler Conceptz ones that match her bumper. They're just, you know, not cheap. So one thing at a time. All right, so now that I have the wires both running through the frame, what I did is I used some heat shrink to keep the wires together. Could use wire tape, but I do like the look, the clean look. Oh, sorry, I was way too far in of the heat shrink, so that'll come through here, obviously. And I did it in pieces, so that way it's a lot easier to slip on. And then the rest of this will actually be covered by the bumper. That's fine. I just wanted a little extra. So what I'll do is I'll run this one to the passenger side, and then I'll run this guy all the way to the driver's side, and I'll get it wired up. All right, so passenger side fog light. This is the factory harness. I just cut it. I know, don't cut a factory harness. It's not that hard to put back together. Anyway, so I'm gonna save that in my spare parts bin, which I have tons of parts in, and then I'm just gonna wire these two together, and then I'll solder them and then shrink wrap it together so all my connections are covered and out of the elements, especially water and mud, because that's where we tend to spend most of our time. Time to plug them in and see if I know what I'm doing, I guess. Alright, as you can see, the halos are running just with the headlights. They're a slightly different hue. Part of it's because that lens on the fog light's a lot older. But let me get the headlights and fog lights on and see what it looks like. So like any project I do, usually rushed, spend too much time doing one thing. So it's 4:32 and I have to pick the wife up at like 5:05, and it's about a 25-minute drive depending on traffic. So I'm literally out of breath. Just threw it back together, got everything wired. So check it out. This is it. Got the bumper painted, back on, got the winch plate, got repainted her tow hooks, and then we're just waiting on a winch. I gotta get one more bolt, which I'll stop at the store and grab, but it's what she wants, and I think it looks pretty freaking sweet.